Back in the 90s, shortly before she was diagnosed terminal, my mom gave me this book, and she read it and loved it. And I read it back in the 90s, and the 90s were like this trippy period for me. That's where I was doing lucid dreaming and all kinds of stuff. But I kind of feel like now, for the first time in my life, I'm like living this in a way. No, I'm not going to Machu Picchu, but there's some ideas in here that transcend here. I'm sure Redfield got it from channeling or something. I don't know. But there's some good stuff in this book. I read the second one, and I liked it so much. I even got the experiential guide. Is that upside down? That's upside down. I even got the experiential guide. But I haven't read these books since the 90s. But I've held on to them, which is kind of bizarre. There's not a lot of, well, there is a lot of books I've held on to, but I'm thinking I might need to read this again. It keeps coming up. That and Enoch. Yesterday, at the protest, there was this woman I was talking to. I talked to a lot of people. Dancing on my car, people would come over and start asking if they could take my picture, and I'm always like, cool, peace out, man. And I would try to engage them in conversation, because if they're interested in my car enough to come over and ask me if they can take a picture, then maybe they'd be interested in having a conversation with me. Some people did. Some people were really nervous and couldn't do it. Some people couldn't even look me in the eye. But there was this one woman. She had showed up late, and I was talking with her, and really got engaged in a conversation enough so that I would get down off of my car. Turns out she had brought her daughter up for a music festival that her daughter's playing, and she plays the bass. I just love bass players. They're the coolest people. And they wanted to go to the protest, but they got there a little late. But anyway, she was talking with me, and like me, she's a widow, although she's only been a widow for 3 years. And like me, she'd become a little agoraphobic about meeting people and stuff. So it was really cool that she was engaging me in conversation for so long and so closely and so personally. And it turns out they had just drove up from Nashville. They were Nashvilleites. It was like, what the fuck, man? Nashville again? And maybe that's the Machu Picchu of today, huh? Possibly. I don't know. I don't know if I want to know. But as I was getting down off of my car to talk to her, I went on this trip in my head. I had like a deja revere, which is like deja vu, but it's an actual dream that you had about the future, and as it's coming through, it feels a little bit differently than a deja vu does. And as I hit the ground off of my car, I had a premonition about the future. So it was like I'm in the present, sliding off of my car, and the past and the future are all merging together with this woman. And then after I hit the ground, she threw herself at me and hugged me. And there was this weird division because she was short and she was standing above the curb and I was tall and I was below the curb. So we connected on the same level, but there was this weird division in the curb that told me that if I step off the curb, things are going to change in a very spectacular way. And then this book pops into my head. The basic premise of this, as I remember it, 30 years later, is that we're all souls with a body, and our souls are light, and we're like these little pins on the earth. And the more we can allow ourselves to be the light source, or allow ourselves to be aware of our soul connection, the stronger that light can be manifest within the world. Crazy, right? I'm a fucking lunatic. Peace out, man.